And when we were growing up, we knew then that there are some robberies that you will know. These ones are either soldiers, or former soldiers. These people must be policemen or former policemen. The way they were handling guns, to the point that we later realized that there were policemen who were renting out police guns to armed robbers. And many times they themselves participate in the robbery. And when Sheun said he met some of the hardened kidnappers arrested, and in their squad, they had police in their squad. They had all of this, they had a prison warder being a warden in their squad. Sure, you get. And it's pretty much the same everywhere. But you see the act of that of policemen, you can put it side by side with the act of terror that the Fulani terrorists represent, as well as the Boko Haram represent. Any of them that you run into, it is about what they can take from you that moment, or take from the people that loved you. And in most cases, they could kill you. And before they do, they will probably tell themselves they are doing the right thing too. Nigeria policemen, Sheun said, should be advised to stop killing Nigerians. But he said something about NNPC, which is true. When you look at those who are stealing Nigeria crude oil and those who are processing the sale of the stolen crude oil abroad, you will find them inside the NNPC of Nigeria. NNPC of Nigeria, the one that is now called NNPCL. They privatized Nigeria NNPC, put themselves there, and all their staffs are still being paid by Nigeria. This private company called NNPCL is still the one that is selling the Nigerian crude oil. So it was right. And that's why I'm going to go to Dangote next before I go to Ibadan. Good news. Dangote Refinery will begin to receive crude oil from America from February. That is next month. You see, there is something that seems to be working for the criminals in Nigeria. They have a population of people that have been bullied, traumatized, to the point that a lot just have no idea what is really going on anymore in Nigeria. They do not have a clue of what to believe or what not to believe anymore. And in this state of confusion, they continue to add more and more to the confusion for you. But you see me, Mayegun, the one that at the end of the day, the one that tells you the something that is the closest to the truth, the purest truth that you can find, that is closest to the truth that you need. I am the one that you probably think na bad belle they do me. Do you think if in the last 8 years of APC, let's say Nigeria is now generating and distributing over 50,000 megawatts of electricity, that everywhere is now like lit. Do you think if me, Mayegun, come here to say, Irani is a lie, there is no 50,000 megawatt anywhere, do you think it will take longer before you begin to feel like, let's say this Mayegun is a useless person, Jerry? It's like somebody who just doesn't want anything good for Nigeria, or anything good for the people living in Nigeria. All these things is just like nonsense. You complain about something, now Nigeria have 50,000 megawatt electricity. What is your problem, Gogo? Nigerians used to leave Nigeria because there was no job. Now everybody can see that with the improved electricity, more businesses are now setting up, more jobs are being created, construction everywhere. What is your problem, Mayegun? It will be easier for you to say that to me now. Like, what is wrong with you now? If you want to criticize at that point, you will know that all this guy has been saying is just like, here you get. So instead of you coming back to me to feel like I am the one who doesn't want well for you, meanwhile, I'm the one who is telling you how they are playing on your own intelligence. And a lot of you, because you have been so starved, you have been so lied to, that a lot of the things they told you, you actually wanted, even if it's going to be one or two of them, to at least be true. I know what that feels like. You get that? So when you see the Agbadorians, okay, when you see the bat idiots, the bat starts, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, like their peers in the last 8 years, the Buhari idiots, the Sai barbarians, the Buhari Danes, the Buhari Diderins, and co. In the last 8 years, they were praying for a single win. Something that they will say, look at this one, what about this one? But they couldn't find one for a long time. And every day I kept telling them, I know how desperate a lot of you are, okay? That they can lie to you again and again and again because you are so desperate that you just want one single win. 24 years, 0 win as a Nigerian. I am not the problem. Probably you are the problem. That chooses to believe again and again things that you cannot see, things that you cannot touch. But nevertheless, you do not want anybody to take that belief away from you. Dangote Refinery. What is your problem, Mayegun? There's no problem in having a refinery in Nigeria, but you just need to look around and smell the morning coffee. See how they have played on your gullibility. And if you can learn just for once, if you can think just for once, you are going to see through all of the lies. And you are not going to think because somebody no like Nigeria. That is why he's always telling you bad thing about Nigeria. You see, what I am telling you are things that affect you. These are not things you don't know. On Mayegun's Diary Politico, if we touch economy, I've got families there too whose livelihoods, businesses, jobs have been ruined because of this your Tinubunomics and then Buharinomics. So I can relate. So if it gets better, everybody will feel it, even if no one wants to talk about it. Do you understand that? They are lying to you. They emptied Nigerian foreign reserve because somebody is building refinery. You are building a refinery, great. Get investors to put their money together and build the refinery. Make money from it. That's a problem resolved for Nigeria, B. That should be a good news. Until you begin to dig and dig and dig, and then you see the entire mess. You see the entire corruption. You see the entire hide and seek lies. And then you see the problem of Nigeria right there in front of you. And why Nigeria is not going to recover from anything anytime soon. So don't let me sound like, what is he talking about, Dangote? I will tell you again, because part of the problem is called the Stockholm syndrome. The syndrome where like everybody just wants to try their best to remember something good and replace that, to use that to replace all of the horrible things that these guys are doing that are directly affecting every one of you. Every one of us, lower affected. Dangote Refinery. Where are your investors? How much is how much is it going to be cost you to build a refinery? Oh, it's going to cost me $3.5 billion. When is it going to finish? Oh, it's going to be ready by 2019. And then we have accessed some loan from the European Union Bank. They are going to invest 1.5 billion euro. All this I am saying to you are true too, that they said though. They said that to themselves, that some investors have put money together to build Dangote Refinery. Once Dangote Refinery comes on board, Nigeria is going to stop importation of petroleum, and Nigeria is going to stop paying subsidy. All the money spent on importation of fuel, subsidy payment, they can now use the money to develop roads, to develop schools, and to also, in fact, hire workers and all of that stuff, all the sweet things. We didn't know that it was just the quota system refinery. It was just a simple front for what was to befall Nigeria. 2015 to 2023. They emptied Nigerian foreign reserve. They naked Nigeria in the financial world. Nigeria become the Marshall. Only for us to start hearing that they have been using Dangote Refinery as a conduit pipe. Then in order to cover up that track, Emefiole came out and he said, no, Nigeria just invested in Dangote refineries like others. Okay, how much is the investment? 20% investment. Right. How much money did you give to Dangote? We cannot really tell you how much we gave to him, but he has already paid back 70% of the money before they even refine a teaspoonful of crude oil. Really? Could you show us the payments and all of that? How much you gave him, and then how much he paid back? And today, Emefiole is being haunted, or should we say, he's being prosecuted by Tinubu, which also involves this Dangote. Now they've cut the deal in a way. I told you the last time, I said, when they raided Dangote Refinery by EFCC, it's because of Emefiole and the money they took. Do you know how much money, Nigeria money, that went into Dangote refineries? It is actually over $9 billion. But the truth is that it is not all of the money that went into Dangote refinery. They just used Dangote Refinery as he's taking his own chunk share for his refinery. They are taking their chunk share of that loot in the name of Dangote Refinery too. So when Kolu came in and they showed him the receipts of how much money went to Dangote Refinery from Central Bank of Nigeria in dollars, it was like, I want in on it. I should be part of that. Or everybody will have to vomit what they have taken. And so far, so good. It seems like that has been settled. And they started telling Nigerians it was going to be the best thing that ever happened to Nigeria. It will create jobs. It will generate electricity. Fuel will be cheaper in Nigeria. In fact, Dangote Refinery will be supplied crude oil from Nigeria. And Dangote will be buying the crude oil in Naira. I don't know if you remember all of this, because now people will get bad belly. Now them be the problem, Abi. Telling the truth is not bad belly. And being stupid is not being, what do you call it? It's not being supportive. Okay? They say, I'm just being supportive. You are mad. You are just being stupid. And deliberately being stupid is pretty much like even worse. You know, that's delulu. You are deluded and all of that. 2019, Dangote Refinery will be ready. Okay. Coronavirus happened. The economy of the world almost tumbled. Nigeria was affected. Dangote couldn't get the free cash from Nigeria anymore. Central Bank was empty. The crude oil that Nigeria was selling, NNPC, it was no longer selling anymore because half of it was being stolen. Those who are stealing Nigeria crude oil, they were having market to sell the crude oil, stolen crude oil. At a point, Nigeria crude oil was floating on water. Nobody wanted to buy it. History that is not long ago. That's what I'm just reminding you now, just to make sure that your Stockholm syndrome has not probably erased that from your mind. Dangote Refinery will not be ready in 2019. It won't be ready in 2020, but by 2021 it will be ready. No, it won't again. By 2022. Okay, no. It's going to be 2023. After the billions of dollars of Nigeria money that they have pumped into it, they decided to say Dangote Refinery is ready. But here is the trick. People they wait for Dangote to build refinery, to crash the price of petroleum and all of that. They decided, they now came back again and said, well, Dangote Refinery is not going to reduce price. And in fact, Dangote Refinery is going to, it's going to be supplied crude oil pretty much like on lease. I'm coming back to that one. But Dangote Refinery, where person will go to refine crude oil, give them petroleum, give them diesel, give them all of these things, right? The same Dangote Refinery, they can't give them import license to import petroleum products to Nigeria. You know, see the trick? Eh? You know? Oh, come on. Stop pretending. That is the trick. You cannot issue importation license to a refinery that the whole country is waiting for to stop importation of fuel. If it is ready, they say, oh, it's ready. Oh, ready in December. By December 2022. Later, they can say, oh, na May 2023. So after all the billions of Nigeria money pumped through it, they wanted to give a Bokwari something to open, just like the second Niger bridge. They told you that second Niger bridge had been completed. But when you ask them, how come it's not being used now? They will say, go there now, go and check. It's just some little thing left. But I said it's not completed. Hey, but it's 97% complete. I said, Oluri Brukuni. 97% completed. Omoali. Is that not the same way with the Dangote Refinery? The one that they brought in all of them, governors, everybody, Bokwari, all of them, when they brought them to Lagos. And they said that Dangote Refinery will start production by the 1st of June, 2023. And then they said, it remains something. It's going to be in August 2023. Something where Bokwari don't open. Waiting they delay again. They started say it's because the NNPC has not been able to provide the crude oil. That is why Dangote Refinery has delayed production. Later they said, no, it will start work in October. No. It's going to be December 2023. What the hell is wrong with these people? But because they know the gullible ones they are talking to in Nigeria, it actually worked somehow for them. The stolen billions, the laundered their trillions, all of that is still under the carpet, okay? But Nigerians just want the news that Dangote Refinery is working. Sure, you get? They don't care anymore. Even if Dangote Refinery is going to be selling petrol at 1,000 naira, they don't even care anymore. Dangote, just start working so that we can tell this Mayegun to shut up and talk about another thing. Because you are still going to tell me to shut up and talk about another thing. A lot of people are waiting for that win. I sympathize with you. Seriously, I kind of imagine how it is now, Since you don't tell enemy of Nigeria, God will shame enemy of Nigeria. By the end of 2021, Dangote, some of them even wrote all this nonsense on social media to convince themselves. I also pray that you actually have that win, but they are lying to you. Then they started the drama, media drama. They will start taking pictures, videos, 40 seconds, 20 seconds video. They will show vessels on water. They say, look at that vessel. That's another batch of crude oil going to Dangote Refinery. Dangote Refinery. Oh, boy, God damn it. Another 500,000 barrels. Another 1.2 million barrels. God Almighty, you will continue to shame enemy of Nigeria. This Dangote Refinery is going to work. It's going to favor me and my family. Then they came out again with another lie, propaganda. Dangote Refinery have started the production of diesel and aviation fuel from the crude oil where they carry give am. That crude oil no they produce, no they refine petroleum. Which kind refinery be this? Refinery where no they refine petroleum from crude oil. They say you don't understand. What they want to do now is that Dangote Refinery is going to first start refining diesel and aviation fuel, but not petrol for now. What go happen to the petrol wey dey inside the crude oil? They go bin am. What is wrong with this Mayegun? You don't even understand. You see, sometimes when you don't understand something, just ask questions. Papa, I'm asking you question. I'm asking you question now. Which kind crude oil distillation? I be no be waiting that they call me that. Distillation, crude oil refining. Which of your own refining will kind of refine petrol? Diesel and AGO. Diesel and aviation fuel from the crude oil, but it will never refine kerosene as well as petrol. What will happen to them? You go bin them or you keep them later? They go keep them for later. They go come do Olori Burúkú. We know your type. They have just started running the heirs of Nigerians left, right, and center, that people have completely, they don't even understand what is going on anymore. They will tell you, I don't even know what to believe anymore. I told you. Is it going to take any magic for them to bring in, since Dangote get an importation license to import petrol to Nigeria, import diesel to Nigeria? So that same Dangote, is it going to surprise you when he brings the vessel of refined petrol from abroad and they put them inside the tank farm of Dangote in their refinery there, and they say the first set of refined product of Dangote petroleum, share any believe any? Won't you believe? I said a lot of you just wanted to just give us anything, Dangote, anything, so that we can go and tell this Mayegun to shut up. And I said, what do you think is going to take them to bring petroleum inside the Dangote refinery and start loading the vessel? Anyway, may I tell you the latest? The latest right now is that Dangote Refinery is going to be importing the crude oil that they are going to be refining inside Dangote Refinery. See, you said you shocked, You're like, it's true. Nigeria is impossible. Okay? You see Dangote Refinery in Lagos, they have done the math. And as we speak, they said the Nigerian production is not enough for Dangote to refine. This, you don't understand. This Dangote refinery is the biggest in the world. And let's come to think of it. Dangote refinery, the biggest in the world, the biggest in Africa, the biggest in Asia, the biggest in all this nonsense like the average bad start will tell you, or Agbadomite will tell you. What they are saying right now is that the Nigerian daily production is not enough for Dangote to refine. I'm joking. That's not the way they put it. Let me tell you the way they put it. They said, since Nigeria only produce 1.5 million barrels of crude oil every day, and Dangote refinery alone needs 650,000 barrels every day. Baba. Okay, so anyway, so like so every day, Dangote alone will need 600,000. And if you understand the petroleum sector in Nigeria, this is me talking to you like the explanation of APC now. This is not me. This is their explanation. This is what they told, in case if you have not heard. This is what they have told you. They said Nigeria is producing 1.5 million. America is producing 7.5 million. Okay. And as Dangote is the biggest refinery in the world, we never even thought about it. You see, that 1.5 million that Nigeria is producing every day is already sold. I didn't even know that. Did you know that? Did you? No. They have sold Nigeria crude oil for the next 10 years. Bokwari don't sell them. So what they now give to Nigeria is now royalty. Share you get. Corruption be deep gone, but make I explain to you. Every 10 years, oil companies that are drilling the oil, they will bid for the oil blocks. Share you get. Every 10 years, they will bring money. Some may say, You see this oil block, they have been drilling it and drilling it for the past 50 years. We don't think it's rich enough that we can invest money in the next 10 years. We don't know if it's, and coupled with the price of petroleum, the price of crude oil in the market, we are not so sure. So our prospect is that this, whatever is left inside that well, cannot be more than $1 billion. So what we want to do is that we are bidding $500 million for that well. So that when we now invest all our stuff in, which is going to be about $200 million that we're going to invest in extracting it, okay? So then we intend to probably make the profit of, 300 million. Now, if we found more oil there, okay, and we get more prospect eventually, we can up our stake, 500 million. So they will bid for it. You see all those oil blocks in Nigeria, owned by some of these politicians, right? So those who are going to come and bid for them, they are the same kind of the regular politicians and their associate and everything. So those ones will now bring check. So if they sell all of the stake like that, that simply means for the next 10 years, what Nigeria will be collecting will be called royalty percentage. Here you get the percentage of the total production. In this case, it be like 40% Nigeria they collect. The only cash out time is when they are signing those new oil leases. People have now started asking about the $25 billion that Baru, you remember Baru, the former NNPC chairman, the one that died during COVID-19. Do you remember Baru? Baru took a check of 25 billion US dollars from the sale of oil blocks in Nigeria in 2017. I don't know if you remember. Bukwari was sick in London. Abba Kyari was the one acting as your president then. Baru traveled to London. That's like a windfall. Sure, you understand now? So nobody is asking about that money, even up till now. And forgive my ignorance if that is probably not how it works. But I remember that check of 25 billion from the sale of the oil blocks in Nigeria. Till today, I don't think it's part of the money that Tinubu says he's looking for. I don't think it's part of it, Abi. So in a nutshell, Nigeria have sold their right of the amount of crude oil that is going to come out of the produced from all these regions in Nigeria in the next 10 years. Sure you get. So what that simply means is that you see those companies that are extracting the crude oil, they are the ones that will determine who they sell the crude oil to most of the time. And in this case, except Nigeria, this is what APC said. They said, except if Nigeria can give Dangote oil block and Dangote can bring his own engineers to drill the oil and begin to take 600,000 barrels from that well every day. Since that is not something they envisaged, it wasn't part of their plan that when they told Nigerians that Dangote refineries will be refining Nigeria crude oil, 600,000 every day, they forgot that they've sold the oil. And Dangote and Co will not be able to get the, in fact, your head never dey hot. Like, my meeting, the way you are saying it now, it's like my whole head is, I don't understand anymore. Okay, don't worry. I'll make you understand. I won't confuse you further. Dangote will not need Nigeria crude oil anymore. Because as it is, Dangote would only get crude oil to refine in his refinery from Brazil and from America. America produces 7.3 to 7.5 million barrels of crude oil every day. Do you know that? Did you even know that? America is coming for our oil. It is true. They said America hasn't even touched their reserve yet. Here you get the reserve of their crude oil and natural gas and other things. And they would rather take from the rest of the world. That doesn't mean that, so that didn't mean that America is not also producing crude oil. As they tell you that, Britain, You have them everywhere, extracting and then doing all this stuff everywhere, right? Concerning crude oil, right? Now, that doesn't mean that they are not producing over 500,000 of the same barrel of crude oil in Aberdeen every day. Okay, I am just saying all of this that now Dangote and his business people, they believe that it will be cheaper to go and buy the crude oil from America and bring it to Nigeria to refine in Dangote Refinery imported crude oil. Baba, from imported petroleum, imported diesel, imported this and that. Now you have imported crude oil. But here is the problem they haven't told you. And I actually want you to go and reason that, okay? That you will get to know that all of these things are just like absolute nonsense. Okay? They are pure scams, lies. And these are very, very expensive lies. Expensive game. They are playing with the lives of millions of people, including your life that is watching me right now, directly or indirectly. They are going to need Forex to buy crude oil from America. Who is going to provide the dollars, the billions of dollars to buy crude oil from America to Dangote? Is that the Central Bank of Nigeria? Because you can't print dollars. And when Dangote starts importing crude oil with the exchange rate that you have now, how much do you think a liter of petroleum would be? I don't mean to laugh. I'm just trying to kind of, right as where I'm seated, I'm like, how easy it is to actually deceive a whole country. And people are not really provoked. Like, you dey mad in it? You dey whine us in it? Are you whining us in it? Which one is all this nonsense you dey tell us? This whole thing don't make any sense now. What is all this? Do you get that? Like, I'm like, what kind of trick could be at play here? That you will see educated people instead of them to ask questions. Asking questions doesn't mean that you hate them or you don't want them to succeed. You just don't want them to continue to play on your intelligence. And you begin to look back and say, how far now that Dangote Refinery is not start working? I said, it started working now. Are you not reading the news now? They are already selling petroleum there now. Do you not know that they are already? Then how do you think they are going to hide all of this? That it will not make a huge economic impact on the rest of Nigeria when the time is right for them to now show you how they are getting crude oil from America. That's the current news now. So that one is going to buy them time a little bit. Here you get. So how come now? How come Dangote Refinery is now? Okay, they'll say there are some little problem between America and Nigeria to clear the crude oil. Now that one they go do till the end of 2024. And then to the middle of 2025. The time that we believe, if to say Tinubu will continue to give Dangote the Nigeria money like Bokwari was doing for him, if Tinubu will continue to do that, no stoppage, like they have already stopped the money since last year, they've stopped it. Okay. However, if Tinubu didn't stop it, and that free money, they continue to file it and push it to Dangote, and the rest of you continue to enter Shege and Shege and Shege, Bansa from Bansa to, then maybe the refinery will start functioning before the end of 2025. They know it. I know it. And you know it too. But something is telling you to say, no, I don't want to believe I don't want to believe what I am saying, what I can put together. The questions that are popping out of my mind right now, they are not questions of well done. They are questions of tell me what you are doing. Because if you begin to ask all those questions, right, you won't see me as an enemy. In fact, you'll see me as a friend. And in the moment of asking questions, you are going to get angry. They won't give you answers. They're going to gaslight you. That's what will get you more madder. Say, well, don't I have any right to know what is this? No, you don't have any right to know. Dangote Refinery is a private business. Are you mad? Private business or Ibuo? Do you know how much is $10 billion? But we are talking about about 15 trillion or 14 trillion naira. Show ya Wereni. That is the Nigeria money they gave to him. Yes. It's unaccounted for. They are doing paddy to cover that up right now. And you are going to pay it. They emptied the Nigerian foreign reserve from $33 billion. Almost equal 3 or 2 billion. Now they are, see, that's the problem. The way they do to Nigerians is so horrible and terrible. Take a look at the exchange rates right now. 8 months ago, Tinubu met it at 710 naira to $1. Everyone was screaming. He go enter 1,000. He no fit enter 1,000. He go enter 1,000. He no fit enter 1,000. He go enter 1,000 to $1. He enter 1,000. He enter 1,004. In 8 months, 1,000. How much? 450 something naira to $1 in 8 months. And normally, this is something that everybody will be like, how is that even possible? Could it possible? How is that? That's kiniko. Well, it is. It's already happening. But you know what APC will do? If you wake up tomorrow and then they say dollar is now 1,000. No, in fact, let me give you the one that will make them feel like they have done something great. Dollar is now 950 naira to $1. Olórí burúkú, má ṣàǹfààní akóṣìbérò dàbí mo ṣe dà. Unfortunate APC, ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́, they will be asking you that you should be patriotic. Yes. Let us appreciate the government now. Let us show some appreciation now. Tinubu is working. Let us give him time. From 1,004, it's almost 1,500. Today it's now 950. Let us be grateful now. The Olori Brukus do not have a clue what is called voodoo economy. They will say you are unpatriotic. You are supposed to be happy that in your life, Nigeria naira entered 1,460 naira to $1. 1,815 naira to £1 sterling. Canadian dollar self get weight 1,071 naira to Canadian dollar. Ìṣẹ́ ní pẹ̀rú, èpè ní pọ̀lẹ̀. Okay, I don't even know how to complete that the verse and the chapter, by the way. Euro is now 1,500 naira to èpè. So they will tell you, let us be happy. Tinubu is working. Look, go and see dollar now. Dollar is now 914. Another way will come and say, in my own area, the way they no see any dollar anywhere. This Olori Bruku Martian fans everywhere. You see them, they are watching too. And from where I come from, they say, you see the unfortunate people. Now on top seat, they go there like this. They go sit down like this. When you go, they rain their curses on them. Majority of them will not be able to reject it publicly. Now from inside, is Olori Bruku say, Now something like, they can't say it to my face. And so Olori Bruku ni wono. They will say it in their mind. All this Oloshi, all this Ashiri, all this, they say, They will be saying it in their mind. And that's why they are watching me right now. They are there too. Only a few of them will have the mind to drop comment. If you see them, make pele won lori epe loro won gba. Epe. They will ask you, why are you not being patriotic? Let us appreciate the effort of the government. I have never seen this magic before. Tinubu is the best. From 1,450 naira to $1, it just dropped to 950 naira to $1. Then ask them to go to the market and check what they will buy. If your currency suddenly gain value overnight, you must be doing something that is, supporting your production or whatever. Yabi, oh yeah, go outside now. Go and buy the agolo gari and see. Shebi no be America they imported agolo gari from. Gari is not from America. It is from Isenyi there. Or if you go to Ikorodu, even in Odogbolu, we get gari factory everywhere. Trust me, everywhere. It's not imported. But Oba Bieda, go outside there and tell them that dollar TD 600 naira to 1 naira. Dollar TD 600 naira to $1. Now go outside there and say, I want to buy agolo gari of 20 naira. Tobani so tire si alone. If they no go use tire bond you. That is what you call voodoo economy. And that is what these guys are doing. They want you to begin to, so Dangote